All right. Now that everyone is here, let's get started. Welcome again, everyone, to today's webinar. That's Streamline Background Checks with Ceipal and Verified First. Today, we will discuss about an overview of Ceipal and Verified First and the importance of background screening, the launch of our integration, which is with Ceipal and Verified First, and also a demo of the new integration. Firstly, I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is Amtul Firdaus, and I'm an implementations manager from Ceipal ADS. We have Eliana and Stephanie from the Verified First team with us today. We both will be sharing our insights and expertise on the new integration and its benefits. Right, Eliana?
Hi, I'm Tool. Thank you for inviting us, and we're very excited to be here today.
Thank you. Uh, All right, so let's start off with an overview of what Ceipal is. Ceipal is a total talent management platform which offers comprehensive solutions for the staffing industry. We have products like Ceipal ADS, Workforce, ProcureWise, and the very newly launched Healthcare ADS. We are currently empowering over 2,500 organizations across the globe and over 190,000 users. Now, ahead, let's talk about the background screening process. In today's fast business environment, it is very crucial to ensure that people you hire are trustworthy and reliable. In the standard hiring process, as you can see on the screen, we initiate background checks when a candidate is either in the pipeline or maybe before their placement. Many organizations also regularly do drug screening and other routine background checks on employees who are on their payroll already, right? We let's at Ceipal, we understand the importance of having a seamlessly integrated platform. So we have integrations with about 18 background verification tools, allowing you to initiate checks from within Ceipal. As you can see on the screen, we have several options for background screening available. Now, I am really thrilled today to announce that we are now partnering with Verified First to bring their exceptional background screening services to our customers and also in the process ensure the safety of their employees and customers. To talk a little bit about Verified First is a groundbreaking platform that revolutionizes sorry guys that revolutionizes the way businesses and individuals approach background screening. As a first of its kind, Verified offers a comprehensive and streamlined solution to ensure the integrity and safety of your professional relationships. They also offer a range of services that include background checks, drug screening, education verifications, e-verify, and a lot more that you can see on the screen. Now, I'd like to hand it over to Eliana, and she'll be sharing us with some more insights on their portal and how it integrates with Ceipal ADS. Over to you, Eliana. Take it over.
Thank you, Tool, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We're very excited and happy to partner with Ceipal in a webinar to discuss how background screening improves the quality of hire. So we're going to explore how Verified's first integration on Ceipal's comprehensive platform benefits your organization. But before we dive in, we do have a panel where you can ask your questions under the Q&A. So feel free to use that Q&A while I go over any of the information. So that way, at the end, we can answer any questions that you may have. So we're going to dive in with a video today. A little video that is actually something that happened with one of our clients. And we want to just kind of talk about why it's important to screen. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video.
Hi, I'm Sarah. And this is Hank. Hank is applying to be a commercial driver at Acme. He appears to be a great candidate and has disclosed past infractions. However, he didn't mention he's been involved in multiple motor vehicle accidents and has had a variety of driving tickets. Additionally, he's been fired from 3 of his previous employers. With his history, hiring him might lead to a negligent hiring lawsuit and put your organization at risk. That's why vetting candidates like Hank through a PBSA-accredited background check process is crucial to Acme. Not only can you reduce the risk of a bad hire, you can improve the accuracy and quality of hire. Revealing a candidate's history can help protect Acme and its employees. Not to mention, a bad hire can impact the retention of great employees. Employees you don't want to lose. To request a
Great. So according to the Sentencing Project in 2022, 1 in every 3 Americans has a criminal record on their report. So that's why background screening is super important, to make sure that you're providing that as a way to eliminate risk. So this begs the question, why do bad things happen to good people? A recent study done by Aptitude Research discovered that 39% of organizations are not screening every candidate for roles at their organization. So people have good intentions all the time. While we'd like to think we can trust every candidate, the reality is that without conducting a thorough background check, your organization might be missing revealing and relevant information about someone's past. So now more than ever, guidelines continue to evolve and requirements are shifting. So it really creates the need to conduct a thorough background check on candidates. Not only do you want to create a safe environment for employees, you also want to avoid potential legal challenges. If you're not screening for every employee, that could land you at hot waters with some sort of discrimination. So it's important to make sure your policies are company-wide across the board. So I'm going to open up a poll question here. It's going to give me 1 second. With the help of HR technology solutions, vetting candidates is much easier and streamlines the hiring process. However, we recognize that a lot has changed this year, including organizational needs. So we'd be interested in hearing from each of you on what technology solutions you're considering or replacing within the next 3 months. So I'm going to go ahead and share that poll. If you guys want to go ahead and answer that question, should be able to see it under your poll questions. Amtul, what do you think might be the biggest answer here?
I think people should really, consider changing background screening platform.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of you guys are here today to learn a little bit more about background screening and what Verified First can offer. Yeah, it looks like the votes are already coming in. Great. Wow. We've got a lot of votes today. It's fantastic. Always some other options there as well with Ceipal, if you guys are interested in looking at anything else. I know there's been a lot of changes this year, so we're going to go ahead and leave this poll open for you guys. But as we see here, most of you guys are interested in background screening, which is great to see. So you guys can continue answering the poll question as we continue on with our presentation today. So go ahead and open that up. Great. Awesome. All right. So the same study done by Aptitude Research discussed a few costs associated with talent acquisition. The cost of talent acquisition on average is about $4,129, but the cost doesn't stop there. It's also important to account for ramp-up time, as well as time to train a new employee. So when an employee isn't the right fit, it can also cost a company 6 to 9 months of their salary to replace them. These are costs you'd like to avoid if you can. While conducting background checks isn't the only factor to consider when determining someone's position fit, it does help to establish trust and credibility. Now, some of you have identified that background screening technology is something you are considering on replacing within the next 6 months. So let's dive into how screening impacts your organization. According to the Aptitude Research, there are really a few unique ways background screening impacts your organization. 2 times more likely to improve time to fill, 3 times more likely to improve quality of hire, and 2 times more likely to improve hiring manager satisfaction. So let's walk through some of them. In your ongoing effort to enhance HR operations, we've identified key areas where our solution can significantly impact your organization. Firstly, by improving the retention of quality employees, enhancing candidate experience, and ensuring the accuracy of your hires, we directly contribute to the overall strength of your workforce. Additionally, our solution promotes data consistency and accuracy across all hiring stages. So moving to specifics of our offering, our solution streamlines the entire process, reducing the need for manual data entry and thereby minimizing potential errors. This also increases compliance with regulatory standards, giving you peace of mind. So we've integrated our services with Ceipal through a simple browser extension, which further simplifies your workflow. By automating this process, your HR team can redirect their focus towards value-added initiatives, fostering a more proactive approach to human resource management. Now, vetting candidates and employees goes further than just background screening. Drug testing is also an important element. So let's take a look at this slide. Employees who use substances tend to change jobs frequently, have higher rates of absenteeism, and are more likely to be involved in workplace accidents, potentially harming themselves and others. They are also more likely to file workers' compensation claims. It's estimated by the government that substance abuse costs employers more than $82 billion in lost productivity each year. On the other hand, employers who have proactively implemented a drug-free workplace program or drug testing solution have observed several positive outcomes. These include notable improvements in morale and productivity, as well as decreases in absenteeism, accidents, downtime, turnover, and theft. Additionally, these programs contribute to better health statuses among employees and their families and have been shown to reduce healthcare costs significantly. Implementing these measures not only fosters a safer and more productive work environment, but also enhances the overall well-being of the workforce. So with that in mind, let's go to our next poll question. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Okay. So, it looks like some of you have already answered this question. How many U.S. drivers are arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics annually? Amtul, what do you think the answer is?
I think ideally it should be less than 50,000. I'm not sure what the number would be.
Well, that's about half our viewers here who have already voted. A less than 50,000. Some of you think about 100,000. And some of you are saying more than 700,000. So we'll give you guys a little bit of time here to answer the question. And then we're going to continue on. So the answer is 1 million.
Gosh, that's a huge number.
Is so big. I was blown away when I saw this number. This is huge. So when we think of an event like this, it can happen pre-hire, but it can also happen post-hire. We get asked all the time how employers can stay ahead of any surprises that pop up after hiring a candidate. So to me, this is one of the biggest reasons why organizations should protect themselves and implement an ongoing screening policies, such as once a year or every 2 years. A lot can happen in that time. And unfortunately, we can't always rely on employees to come forward when something like a DUI happens post-hire. But a lot of you guys were right. I love to see that. So, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, 13% of Americans started or increased substance abuse to manage emotions during COVID 19. If there are about 329 million Americans, that means that about 42 million people started or increased substance abuse during the pandemic, causing a growing number of concerns for drugs entering the workplace and impacting our employees. Drug use is on the rise, and now is not the time to ignore it. So here are a few different types of scenarios in which an employer might drug test. We could drug test pre-employment or for cause and reasonable suspicion or at random. Verified First actually offers a random drug screening program that allows you to continuously monitor drug usage in the workforce by truly selecting random individuals to test periodically. So we've talked about background screening and drug testing, which are not requirements for every organization. I-9, on the other hand, is a requirement for every employer in the United States to complete. This 2-page form is the highest fined government form. It's only 2 pages, but it has a 70-page instruction manual. 76% of paper form I-9s have at least one finable error. There are an average of 3.1 errors on each form, and it costs up to $2,332 per substantial Form I-9 error. So clearly, this form is one of the employers really want to get right. So with an increase in remote work, being able to streamline the onboarding process through a digitized collaboration process makes all the difference. Our I-9 solution ensures compliance as it is fully encrypted and has a cloud-based solution that ensures data protection. Unfortunately, there is a lot of risk that comes with paper documentation, and this helps to keep your employees' information safe and secure, and also helps keep you compliant as well. This solution is already integrated with our browser integration and is just one more benefit that you can get as a result of Verified's partnership with Ceipal. Now that we've discussed how screening impacts your organizations, let's see it in action. I've invited Stephanie Komnick. She is our partner manager supervisor to go ahead and show us a demo of the integration. Take it away, Steph.
Thanks, everybody. Hello. Let me get my screen share here. Really excited to show you all the capabilities of the integration that we have within Ceipal's platform. I'm already seeing a few questions as well that I think I'll be able to answer during the demo, but we'll definitely make sure we answer everybody's questions. So actually, let me hop over here first. Want to make sure that we explain our terminology when we say the word integration. We can offer a couple different integrations. The traditional API is one of them. We don't necessarily have those set up with every one of our partner platforms. But we do also have a very unique web browser extension integration. And that's really what we highlight to most of our prospects that are interested in learning about us. And honestly, it's the preferred integration of most of our clients. Even if they have the option of an API or using the extension, they really love the functionality and workflow of it. So that's what we're going to demo today. It is very simple and easy for the integration to get set up. If you say are using Google Chrome as your web browser, you can search for Verified First and you'll see the search result here. And then clicking on that, you'll have a button that will initially say add to Chrome. Since I already have it, that's not showing here. But once you click that, it's going to download the extension on your computer in a matter of seconds. It is similar to you downloading an app on your phone. So it shouldn't take very long at all to get that downloaded and enabled on your system. And so as long as you already have an account set up with Verified First, then you're able to start placing background checks or drug tests through that integration immediately. So to kind of answer one of the questions as far as how long does it take to get set up with the integration piece will be the fastest part to get set up. But when it comes to actually talking with you guys to provide pricing agreement and setting up your ordering portal, the time frame will be a little bit longer, which we can cover in a bit. So hopping into Ceipal's platform, you'll also see this screen with verified first button. So that indicates for you integration was downloaded successfully and you can start placing any orders that you need. From here, you'll choose the option of place new order. And that's where this extension is going to come out on the screen for you. So this is giving you the ability to keep everything like in one screen, and in a way, one platform. We still do house all of the records and sensitive information in our platform, but you guys don't have to hop from tab to log in and try and complete the background check piece of the entire recruitment process. So from here, you can do certain things like set up packages. What the packages do is it's going to put together all of the different searches that you need done on that individual. So you can just easily choose the package name and not have to individually click all of the searches. So sometimes there's going to be like 5 to maybe even 10 different types of things that you want to check on a person, and it's going to take you too much time to go through and select all of it. Plus, it could also mean that you might miss a search that you needed to do. However, even though they're all lumped in a package, you don't have to necessarily order all of those things for that individual. You do have a la carte options where you can select or unselect any one of the searches in that package as well. And then further down here, you can see that it actually pre-populated some information on that applicant. So as long as you have the first name, last name, middle name or initial, email, and phone inside the applicant profile in Ceipal, it's going to pre-populate all the information for you. So now you don't have to spend time entering that in yourself. You don't have to risk it being entered in incorrectly and then having to go and place another background check on that person. So really trying to make it as efficient as possible for you guys so you're not spending too much time to just say, I need to order a background check. And then down further, you can choose to click next. That's going to require you as the individual needing to order the background check to know that applicant's social security number, date of birth, physical address, maybe even driver's license number if you're ordering a motor vehicle check. So if you don't want to enter that in yourself or don't collect that information yet in the recruitment process, the best thing for you guys to do is to click send invite. And before that, we do have a couple kind of safety nets or safety features in place. So this is telling me that it looks like an order has already been placed on Hank Mess in the last 90 days, and it's confirming that we want to proceed. We did that in case there's an entire HR team or multiple people are ordering background checks. If one person didn't know that their teammate already ordered a check on somebody and maybe, just logged directly into the system, this is a way to let them know so they can stop at this point or say, yeah, we actually do need to place a second one, and you can continue on. And then this pop-up is asking how you want the order to get kicked off. So you're sending an invite to the applicant, and they're going to fill out all of the information that's needed. And then once they submit, you can choose for us to immediately start running all of those searches, or we can kick it back to you for review. And that's the manual order process. So it's completely up to you. The quickest and efficient way is going to be that top one. But there are some clients that do want to double check what the applicant has filled in before we actually start running any searches. So here are your options for that send invite. You can email a link to the applicant. You can also send the link text message to their phone. You can send the link through both ways. You don't have to choose one or the other, but we have found in our research that sending the link through the phone or text message is going to get on average an 8-hour quicker response time from the applicant. So I'm sure we all agree that everybody pays attention to their phones and text messages a lot sooner than emails. I don't even want to tell you how many unread emails I have in my inbox, but it's a lot. And so using that text feature to get a quicker response from the applicant to actually start getting the background check going will probably be your best bet. It will also let you know if that phone number appears to be a number that can receive text messages. So maybe the phone number got entered in incorrectly in Ceipal. Maybe they gave a landline instead of a cell phone number. So you can double check that before you actually send the invite out. Because the last thing you want to do is just choose the text message, send it off, and then the applicant's like, I never got it. So we're trying to help avoid some of those delays as well. I'm just going to show what happens after the email invite section. So we'll click next. This is just kind of a last confirmation screen that you're abiding by all of the, laws and regulations around requesting a background check on somebody, and then you can officially send that invite off. Now, depending on the searches that are being ordered, we will give you some estimated turnaround times for those products, and those will show up for you again once the applicant has completed their part. So not only are they filling out any other personal information of theirs, they also are electronically signing the disclosure and authorization forms. So you don't have to send out separate emails, attach the form, try and get it back. It can all be done electronically in conjunction with getting the information that we need in order to conduct the search. And then if you look over here on the left, the button actually works as a status feature for you as well. So you can hop back into this applicant in Ceipal. And again, especially if you have a team, someone might be wondering, did we order the background check on this person? You can just look at that button without having to relog back into our system to find out where it's at in the process. Our system will also communicate to the applicant on your behalf by sending out reminder emails as well. So you guys don't have to do any follow-up if you see that it's been in that waiting on applicant status for a few days. And then similarly, I didn't find a test one where we had a completed order, but that button will change again for you and say that the report is complete. And then you can click view report and see the report directly from the extension as well. So you're again not having to leave Ceipal or log in a different way to view that report. I might be able to, no, I probably can't show it because I can actually see some real life people's screens. So I don't want to show any information I shouldn't be on here. But if you guys are interested in seeing what that looks like, we're more than happy to show you an even more in-depth demo that I've just showed you right now. But that pretty much is in a nutshell of the ordering process, start to finish. And we hope that it gives you guys a good idea of what you would experience when you need to conduct the background checks on your applicants. So I think I'll go ahead and pause there and maybe kick it back to Eliana and see if there's any additional questions we need to help answer.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Stephanie. And thank you for that. Make sure that you guys are using the Q&A. We are almost finished with our presentation, so we definitely want to make sure that we are answering all of your questions. Fantastic. And if Stephanie, you can go ahead and let me, yep. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and finish up here. So now that we've talked about our services, we've seen how it works, we'll take a look at just a quick recap of our Verified First solution. So our integration is completely free and it takes seconds to download. We also have SMS capabilities that has reduced time to hire by about 70%, according to the aptitude research study. When it comes to compliance, I'd like to point out that we are PBSA accredited, which means we have passed the industry stringent audit processes. And lastly, we have a 98% customer satisfaction rating with our client success team, plus a quick and accurate turnaround time for background screening. So these tools and achievements are designed to enhance your recruitment efforts and efficiently and effectively. So now let's take a look to see how you guys can learn more. Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the fantastic demo. And thank you, Eliana, to discuss the benefits of Verified First portal. It is very clear after your presentation that the integration between Ceipal ATS and Verified First will be a very good game changer for our customers. Now, to learn more about this partnership, I would request everyone to scan the QR code on the screen, which will redirect you to our partnership page and also give you a free demo and one free background check of your choice, which will be valid for 30 days from the date you register. And this is officially only for CPL customers. So go ahead, scan the code, and we'll give you a few seconds to do that. All right. I hope you guys have scanned the QR code and noted down our website. Before we move on to polls and survey, I'd like to recap the key points we have covered today. So we have discussed the integration between CPL, ADS, and Verified First, the benefits of background screening, how to enable Verified First in your CPL account, and we have shared a registration link with you to avail a free demo and one free background check for the Ceipal customers, which will be valid for 30 days again. Uh, and you also have a get free background check button at the top of the screen that you can click on as well if you were not able to scan the QR code, right? Now, let's quickly jump on to our polls and surveys. Okay, so we have polls and some surveys that will pop up on your screen right now. You can also access it by clicking on poll button at the right side of your screen and the Q&A button. So please go ahead, do that. Your input is very crucial in helping us improve any future webinars. So please take a moment to participate by clicking on again the polls and service tab on the right side of your screen. We would really appreciate your feedback and we look forward to incorporating your suggestions into our future events. Right? Um, so yeah, I'll give you a moment time to do that. All right, I see we have votes coming in already. Thank you so much, guys, for participating there. You can still, give your feedback on the surveys while we move ahead to our Q&A session next. Now, please feel free to post your questions in the Q&A section that you will see on the top right side of your screen. I will be answering any questions related to Ceipal ADS, and Aliana or Stephanie will be addressing any questions related to Verified First Portal. All right, so yes, go ahead. Please start putting your questions in. All right, so we have our very first question, which is what does pricing look like? So I think I can hand this over to Eliana. So you could talk about the pricing.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you very much for that question. What we typically like to do, we do have a la carte pricing. So what that means is after we meet with you, we kind of go over what the structure would look like for pricing. But if we really need to know just like an amount or anything like that, we're typically somewhere between like $20 to $35. But again, I would definitely sit with somebody, with a consultant, and kind of go over everything, because we always try to find a way to help with cost and reduce the cost for you guys. Stephanie, would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, just that we really like to take that kind of customized consultative approach when it comes to providing pricing. We don't want to set up predetermined packages with all of those searches in it and say this is how much you have to pay if there's a search in there that you don't really need. So we really want to make sure it's going to benefit the organization based on the services they're looking for, how often they're going to be needing that, and we can tailor the pricing that's going to be best for you.
Awesome. I think a lot of you would find that really helpful because you don't have packages and subscription or something like that. You pay for what you request. So I think that's really awesome. All right, let's move to a new question, which is from Mr. Raghu. Where do you offer screening services? I think I can pass that over to Eliana again.
And I'm going to pass that one over to Stephanie because she's been here longer than I have. So I want to make sure that answer is correct.
Yeah, I think I did type it in the chat, so I'm hoping they're able to see the responses as well. But for everybody else, and in case that's not showing, if I understand the question correctly, we work with companies that are in the US or Canada. Now, that's not to say that if, say, you have a headquarters in a country outside of the US or Canada, but also maybe have an office in the US, then we can work together. So if you are solely outside of the US or Canada, unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to offer services to you. That mostly goes back to when we do billing, we're not able to support doing like currency exchanges. So again, if you are outside of the US but maybe have an office, then we can still set up an account with you guys. If you are just in the US but maybe you have employees remotely across the globe, we do offer international background checks as well. So we can still help support background checks for your employees that will be in another country.
All right. Thank you for answering that, Stephanie. Let's move ahead with the next question, which is from Mr. Robin. If I wanted to integrate to Verified first, what would the timeline look like? So I'm also again gonna hand it over to the Verified first team.
Yeah. Oh, that's a simple one. So you could actually download the extension right now. Like as we were kind of walking through it, you would be able to see that button within Ceipal. Once your account is set up and we set up your portal, typically that takes about a week or so to set up. You would be able to start screening. Steph, is there anything else to add?
No, it really is that simple. The integration piece, as I showed, takes a matter of seconds. The whole timeline for you to get set up with an account is a little different story. Our sales team will reach out to you and talk obviously about what it is you're looking for, provide the pricing, and present you an agreement. So from the time the agreement being signed, we can get your portal set up usually within 2 to 3 business days. And then from there, an implementation specialist will reach out to book a training call. And so from there, it's when can calendars align and get you trained on how to place the orders. But the integration itself will be very quick and easy for you to download.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks. Let's move to the next question, which is from Miss Shivani. How long does a background check take? So again, I would have to hand it over to the Verified first team.
Yep. And in that one, I'll hand over to Stephanie. She's really good at answering those.
Yeah, I did answer that one too. So much like the pricing question, it's hard to give you an exact time frame because it really does depend on the searches that are being ordered. So some of the like database searches where we're just going to a database searching for the information, we can get results back like same day. However, if there's going to be something like I want to order a criminal search for all the counties that person has lived in the past 7 years, that's going to take a little bit more time because we have to go to each individual county, request records, and then wait for them to let us know if there is records or not on that person. Some similar to like an employment verification as well. Our verification team is calling the previous employers to confirm that they, worked there and what their role was. So that can take a few days depending on how quickly we get a response from that previous employer. But on average, because we do monitor our turnaround times every day, on average for like a basic background check, just doing a database search, maybe we're going to one county, doing a motor vehicle check, some simple things like that. Our turnaround time on average would be 2 days is what we usually average around. And that can fluctuate depending again on the services.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie, for answering that. Let's move ahead to the next question. When the report is completed, does the recruiter receive an email as a reminder that the report is ready?
Yes, they do. So you and I believe the candidate as well. Is that right, Stephanie?
That actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Elle, because I was looking ahead at some of the other questions, so it'll help answer one of the other ones. The candidate will, as long as they requested to receive a copy of their report. So by default, we don't send it to the applicant, but by law, they do have a right to a copy of it. So we just give them the option when they're filling out all of their paperwork and forms electronically. There's an option there for them to say, I want a copy of the report, and then we will send it to them when it's completed.
Stephanie, I would like to add here that if the notification would be received to the recruiter as well, who has requested for the screens.
Yeah, so the default settings is whoever places the order for the applicant will receive the email notification. But we do have a feature called subscribers where other team members can subscribe to those orders, and then they will also get the email notifications as well.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for answering that. Let's move ahead to the next question, which would be, can we integrate accounts that we already have partnership with? Yes, I believe this question remains on which account you're talking about. If you're talking about Verified First, then yes, you can integrate with us with the account that you already have. But if you're talking about any other portals, we would have to check if that's available with us with Ceipal, and then you can integrate the existing account. Yes, hope I answered your question.
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe that they're actually already a mutual client of ours and they just don't have the integration enabled. If that's the case, I believe we have a slide on how you can contact Verified First, but you can contact our client services team if you do need some help. But I believe if you just took the same steps of downloading the extension and then went into the Ceipal platform, you would be able to start using it today. But we can walk you through that process if you need help.
Yep. So I'm gonna share the QR code again at the end of the meeting, so you can probably scan that. I will also be sharing Ceipal and Verified First team contact informations, so you can reach out to us if you need anything else. Yep. Let's. Do we have more questions?
Yeah, there's a few more.
All right. So we have the next question from Satya, which is, do you charge for implementation?
We do not.
So from Ceipal's, and I don't think we charge for the implementation, but Verified First team can answer for the portal.
Yeah, we do not. So it is a free integration for all Ceipal customers.
Yeah. And to add on to that too, we don't charge any additional fees. So there's no setup monthly or annual costs when it comes to the background checks. You are just going to be paying for the orders that you're placing.
Thanks for adding that, Stephanie. All right, let's move to the next question, which is from Mr. Naresh. He says, thanks for the demo. His first question is, what are the charges for background check? Does it cost anything to integrate with Ceipal? I think both these questions are already answered. Mm-hmm. And is there any dedicated relationship manager? So Steph, you guys could answer that maybe?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So I think Eliana mentioned on that benefit slide of Verified First of our client support team. So they would definitely be a great point of contact to help support you for those day-to-day needs. They can be reached out via phone, email, and then we have a chat functionality in the ordering portal as well. We do also have an account management team, and those are going to be there to support you at a little bit more higher level, not so much the day-to-day stuff, but they'll take a look at your account and maybe offer some suggestions on some other things and other searches you can order, or some functionalities that you're not taking advantage of in the portal, and really make sure you get that extra level of support. And every account does get a dedicated account manager.
All right. So the next question is, does a copy of report will be shared with the candidate? I think Stephanie answered that by stating that if they click on the button that says that they want a copy of the report, that's when they get it. So we do have an option for that.
Yes, that's
and correct. The fifth one is, what is the TAD?
So that stands for turnaround time. Yeah, we answered that one.
Yeah. All right. And then the next question is, can we create background checks packages, and is there any limitation for creating the packages? Stephanie?
Yeah, good question. Yes, you can create packages. And no, I think you can create as many as you'd like. I mean, maybe there's some crazy limit to like 100 or 1,000, but I don't think anybody would want that many packages or need it. So no, you have the ability to create them, edit them, and delete them yourself as well. So you don't have to rely on us to make any of those changes for you.
Yeah, and I would add that on our onboarding process, we'll go over that with you as well, and we'll help you out with how to set up packages if that's what you would like.
All right, great. Let's move to the next question, which is from Susan. We are interested in background checks for healthcare industry. Is there a difference in price for those, and which checks are the most requested? I'll hand it over to you guys again.
Yeah, that's a good question. We do have healthcare industry specific checks that we can do, and there's a couple different ones. So probably be best to chat with someone from our sales team a little bit further on what you're looking for specifically from tied to the healthcare industry. All of our pricing is per those services. So yes, the cost for doing a check for someone in the healthcare industry will be different for somebody that's not. So again, we'd have to kind of dig in a little bit further and give you the pricing for that particular service. But we do have healthcare specific ones, even for the companies that are in the US and have DOT employees, the Department of Transportation, we have specific searches for them as well.
All right, I hope that answers your question, Susan. I'm going to move ahead to the next question from Mr. Anil. Does background check verify candidates' genuine experience as mentioned in the resume? Again, over to you.
Trying to make sure I'm understanding the question. Candidate.
Genuine experience.
So if is mentioning that they have so and so years experience in probably an XYZ company, I think that's what the question is from Anil. Can you verify that as well?
I'd have, off the top of my head, I might be missing one or two items, but the things that we are verifying when it comes to an employment verification is that they worked for the organization, how long did they work for it, and what their role was. I think it's a little bit more factual in that, yes, they were there. I believe they might ask if they're eligible for rehire. That one I'm not 100% sure on, but we're not asking, the previous hiring manager, how were they as an employee, what happened, why they got let go, things like that. We're just verifying the facts that they put on the document.
All right, that makes sense. Thanks, Stephanie. All right, let's move ahead to the next question, which is from Mr. Vinay Kumar. What are the charges for I-9 and drug screening?
Good question. I can't give you a great answer. Again, that's going to depend on the services you're looking for. I-9 is a little bit different than drug screening and background screening because our pricing is a little bit more tiered for that. And I don't remember all of it off the top of my head, but that's going to depend on, how many employees you typically hire and how many I-9s you'll need for them. But that's a little bit more structured than all of our other services. Drug screening as well. I think drug screening alone, there's probably over like 70 different types of services because that includes, urine drug tests, breath alcohol, saliva tests, and then even like occupational health. So I can't give you a great answer, except we're happy to talk with you to narrow it down for you a bit more.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Our sales team definitely takes a consultative approach as well. So if you did want to just find out more about pricing or what it would look like for your organization, I would definitely recommend talking to one of our reps.
All right, thanks. All right, we are done with the questions now. Thank you so much, Stephanie and Ileana, for answering those for us. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for taking active participation in the Q&A session. We hope this webinar was really informative and helpful for you guys. Due to the time crunch, maybe if we were unable to answer some of your questions, please feel free to reach out to Ceipal or Verified First teams using the contact information on the screen, right? And you could also scan the QR code that you see, which will redirect you to the partnership page that we have. You could also click on Get Free Background Check to get in touch with the Verified First team, right? And remember that the integration of Ceipal ADS and Verified First portal is a game changer for businesses who are looking to streamline their hiring process and also ensuring compliance with regulations. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. And we look forward to seeing you at our future webinars as well. Eliana and Stephanie, if you guys want to add anything, please go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting us to be here today. This was a fantastic webinar. I hope that you guys learned a lot. Feel free to reach out to us at any point, to discuss more. I know we had some great questions today, so we look forward to meeting you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you, everyone on the call who has joined us, gave us your valuable time. And we'll see you in future webinars. Thank you.